Hello, my name is Andrew Aziz, the author of How to Day Trade for a Living. Welcome to my channel.
All right, guys, I'm back with my recaps. One of the reasons that I actually didn't do the recaps was because we were trading live and all of my screen, everything was there. But I decided to continue do the recaps because it's very useful for people. So one thing is that I'm officially over $1 million unrealized profit. It's $1 million and $17,945 unrealized profit on the positions that I have on VOO, which is actually super exciting for me. So it's the combination of these two. I have over $1 million unrealized positions. So I plan to keep this one and see how we actually continue with the market. This market is amazing, unbelievable, making all-time high for no reason. This is just unbelievable. So as you see, Qs are up 1%. You're trading at all-time high, super unbelievable. SPY also 554, unbelievable. And the only thing that is really messing around is IWM, which is the 2000 small caps. And as you see, it's been in a really narrow range. And these are very rate sensitive companies. So if the rate's coming down, they might go up, but they're all garbage. So in terms of position, I have TNA a little bit on the smaller account, which is kind of flat. The TLT sold, we're going to cover this one soon, and the VO. But one thing that I did trading today was amazing, and something in the last 2 days happened that I sold some naked calls on Tesla 250, which was really, really bad, so up to $300,000 unrealized loss potentially. That I want to discuss about this selling calls, naked puts. Brian put this one into my life, and they're very, very dangerous. I survived on this one because in the next hour or so, if the Tesla is trading right at 250, I'm going to explain that. But before that, let's go through the P&L today. We had a really amazing trading day on Tesla and AMD. Of course, it was amazing. NVIDIA wasn't very successful. Let me do a quick recap on what happened on Tesla and NVIDIA, and then I'll go and talk about this $300,000 loss on inputs. So AMD today was, gapping up today on a daily chart. As you see here, I said in the chat room that I really like that AMD has popped up through this messy range that he had. So as you see here, has been really a disastrous trading range, and it's really not tradable. So eventually popped up, and I kind of like that. I said, okay, we're gonna now that it popped up, we're gonna potentially go all the way up to here around this 173.75. And we did have, in the live pre-market live that you can add that. And as you see here, I went long at the open. I went long at the open for opening range breakup. I got stopped out once. I went long again. It went down. I wanted to get a stopped out here, and by mistake, I actually added, and I didn't notice it. It came down, come back up, and I said, oh shit, I have AMD. And I added more, and then because I already had a big size, I started partialing out, but we did break out the high of the day. I added more, and then we had a really, really nice, amazing run from 167.25 to 170. And I hold a little bit, skip partial out to 172. And then later, I just, left home, went all the way to 174, but I wasn't really taking the partial all the way to just, I did the partial, the last position here. So yeah, I could essentially sell to 174 as well. The tricky part here was that the tricky part was here that I should have got a stop down. I added by mistake, came back up. But even if I were getting a stop down here, I would have go long, add more, and you would have get this beautiful 5% move on AMD. So that was the biggest profit that we had on that. NVIDIA tried to get the breakout on NVIDIA at the open. It really didn't work out, and I let it go. So we did a red to green, came up 1 minute green range breakout. I went long, popped up, sold some, come out, and that kind of lost on it and came back up long again. We did a red to green, and I got to stop that. And eventually, at the end of the day, really didn't make any money out of this. And then we go to Tesla. So again, Tesla it has been crazy. Let's go to the daily chart on Tesla. It moved up 25-30% in the last week or so. And these kind of moves on a daily chart are essentially unsustainable. So you can't have that's such a standard deviation from moving averages on a daily chart. Eventually, you're gonna exhaust the buyers, and that's what happened. So on Wednesday, I started selling calls when it was around 2:30. I started selling calls at 2:50, and this is what I actually want to talk about it. So I sold 250 calls, and I collected $1 premiums, like essentially 20. How much? So about $26,000 collected on that. For protection, so this is a naked call. So what happens is that if it comes 250 and it goes above, then you are entitled to provide Tesla $250. So that means that if that's at 260, because it's naked, you have to go buy at 260 to provide to that guy who owns the contract at 250. So you lose $10 per share because it's naked. If you have it, then they transfer the cost. But if you don't have it, you have to buy it. So I got about the maximum profit that I get is about 20,000. Let's say like $22,000 profit, because each contract is 100. 20,000 times that $1, so that's $20,000. To protect myself, I went and buy some calls at 265 for 26 cents. So I paid about $5,200, $5,500 as the protection. So the maximum profit that I can get is about 80 cents. So it's about $16,000. But what happens here was that I'm unprotected between 250 and 265. So if it closes right at 265, then I'm losing $15 per share for 2,000 shares. That's like $300,000 loss. And it did happen in one time go up, and I realized it was really, really high. So for making $20,000, I was like exposed to $300,000. Above 265, I'm protected because I have these calls. So the difference, I'm going to make money. This is the issue of the naked, selling the naked calls. Right now, so, because Tesla is trading exactly at around 248, 250. So as you see here, it just doesn't have the momentum to go above 250. So that's my calls. And if it closes in the next hour just below 250, this is quickly depreciates to zero, and then I collect all the premium. So right now is trading at 50 cents. So still there's a chance that go up. So this is really the most tricky kind of option calling that you're selling. So somebody had a comment, and I'm gonna actually put the comment on that because I think that's interesting. So the comment was, and I'm gonna show that the comment to you here. Seems like in trading options, the risk to reward is the opposite of day trading. You risk $14 to profit 80 cents. Which is kind of correct because I collected $1 and then my protection was at 265. So the key here is that he's saying that your 250 is your call, you collected $1, and then your protection is at 265. So you're exposed for $14 or $15, but because you collected $1, so essentially, it's like $14 risk. And he's right, $14 per share. So in this area, my protection is really bad. And it says, so essentially the question that, you're basically risking $300K for profit $12,000. And he's right. This is a very good comment. When you're selling options, you become like an insurance company. Your risk to reward, what we call it, is asymmetric risk to rewards. Your risk is unlimited or very, very big, but the amount of money that you're collecting is very little. The insurance company are like that. You're paying $100 insurance, but if your house burns down, they have to pay $2-3 million on that. So it's a symmetric business model, and they're very difficult. The asymmetric business models are very difficult. That's why selling options are very tricky. Most of the time, it works for you, and it's a high probability. Like today, I'm probably surviving that. But most of the time is working that those 20% or 10%, and it hits you, you're exposed, and you're going to be able to cover that problem. So that's essentially is a very, very important element. So the ask is that if it goes above 265, I've lost $300,000, $14 to 20,000 shares. So it's super important for people to understand that. So that's why kind of messing around with the options. I never really got into the messing options. I'm probably going to most likely make money because we have only 1 hour and most likely close just below 250. And these options quickly depreciate, like probably in 45 minutes. But yeah, you got to be really, really careful. These are weapons of mass destruction. Leverage is a weapons of mass destruction. So in terms of trading, Tesla at the open, it was gapping up about 2%. A strong move came up. I went long heavy on Tesla, and then it quickly dropped, and I got stopped out. And then it turned out to be a engulfing crack. This is a bearish engulfing crack, which is one of the most important strategies that I have. And then I quickly went short, heavy size on that, 249, and then from the green to red all the way up to 240, 250. That was a profitable trade that I did and made money on that. And again, the risk to reward, if you do the risk to reward properly, so for example, this one was my risk, and then here, this one was my risk, and then essentially I can some sort of a 3R, 3-2R to 4-2R, I got the profit on that. And even if it's okay, you get stopped out, and then, in terms of number that you're getting is like $18,000 in big size. That's like $18,000 loss, $35,000. You see 2-to-1. So 3-to-1, and, essentially you come out of this trading day profitable. So the lesson here is that, guys, first of all, if you like the recaps, leave a comment so I know actually people are interested in that. The lesson here is that understand the asymmetric risk to reward nature of selling naked calls and naked options. And if you want to do that, definitely you need protection so you can actually limit your risk. Like, for example, if I was selling calls at 250, collect the premium, and then buy the protection at 255, my risk was only, $5, $4. So, but I did $15. And I really never thought that, a Tesla, $2-3 trillion company is moving like that. And, I kind of got lucky today, but it's okay. But I was prepared to accept that loss because I had really, really good trading profit in the last week or so on it. So I was ready for that. But that's it, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching this. If you like the recaps, to come back, press the like, leave it in the comments, ask your questions. We do the trading in the chat room and live, and also we do the live delayed on YouTube, but you can't see my screen, unfortunately, so you have to come inside the chat room. And we do have the biggest sales of our community, so today is the last day. I hope that you get a chance to join us, guys. Thank you so much, and all the best.